I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like
What's happening? I already know too, bro. I don't need anything additional from you. I know I sound nasty. I know I don't sound like normal. So I'm just warning the chat and just re-emphasizing to you that I don't need to hear it.
I don't care what you got to say right now, bro. I'm watching the game.
Oh yeah, they on y'all's top. I seen that. I
It's
watched the
50.
first half.
It's 51-60. We up. What are you talking about?
Oh, y'all done came out and took the lead like that.
But no, keep being a stat sheet muncher.
No, I wasn't being a stat sheet muncher at all. I told you I was watching the game before the half ended. I watched the first half.
Well,
Well, the last 7 minutes.
you need to be trying to take care of your body.
Oh, I'll be ready before Sunday. You don't worry about that. You don't worry about that. Don't worry about nothing else besides being up and awake on time. Very simple.
I don't know if I even want to be near you on Sunday. Really?
I mean, that's no problem. I don't care. Buy the train ticket.
Yeah, I don't even know why Haley
Or
even
just drive
agreed
your
to.
car.
I don't tell me what to do, nigga. I
Or just
got
drive your
me.
car. I mean, either way,
Don't
either way,
don't
it don't matter. It don't make me no difference personally.
don't
It's like I don't
listen.
care.
I
That's
don't know
what you
why
don't
you
get.
offer to come and get us.
I mean, because I didn't want to drive by myself, really. If I'm being honest. But if your
but
attitude, well, I'm gonna just no.
you don't
Listen.
care. But you don't
No, I
care though.
don't. I don't. If your attitude is gonna be piss poor, then yeah, I mean,
No, I'm
because I
telling
like
you.
listening to praise and worship on the way up, and then as soon as I hit city limits, young boy, soon go ahead and get right, or that's just backwards.
Yeah, that's backwards.
I
That's
mean,
backwards.
figures. Hey, chat, what's happening? How everybody feeling? We're not going long tonight. That's first things first. Um, we have a very, very, very special guest in the building today. I'm gonna tell y'all this, bro. If y'all ever see anybody on FPFO, not FPFO on somebody else's, but if y'all ever see anybody on FPFO, just know we have an immense level of respect and appreciation for what they bring to the culture and to the content space, specifically as it pertains to the Carolina Panthers. We got a special guest in the building tonight. Super, super excited. This is our first piece of content that we've ever created together. And I'm a fan. There's a couple. I say this all the time, and I don't think y'all really be feeling me. It's only a couple. There's only a couple of people in the space that I listen to as a fan. This guy is one of those guys, so we'll bring him up here shortly. Gonna give people a little bit of time to get in the building. Um, what? Let's do some house cleaning or housekeeping rather. Four Panthers. What? What you shaking your head
That
for? Like,
that's
what did
more
I
like
do already?
that's more like it.
What?
Housekeeping.
Bro, but then I just tell you I don't need it today, bro. I don't need it, bro. Housekeeping items. Um, First and foremost, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. I see the chat is jumping. We're gonna hit some of y'all up in a second. Like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell notification on. If you haven't already, make sure to tap in with us on social media. Afro Panthers fans only on Instagram and TikTok at FPFO_podcast on X. Shout out to everybody that's viewing on X right now. If you haven't had the opportunity to do so and somehow you just stumbled upon the live, I don't know, I don't know if our guest is live right now or not, but you just now finding us somehow, some way, viewing on X. Make sure to follow us there. Shoot us a DM, say what's up. We're gonna tap in with y'all for sure, as always. Um, big announcement. Okay, this is very. I need y'all to focus. Actually, let me go full real quick for 1 second. I just need y'all to listen to me very, very carefully. This is very, very important. Before we even get into things tonight, it's very important and essential. Take the time out right now. Go over to 4PanthersFansOnly.com. Put your email address in. Okay. Put your email address in. If you go over to 4PanthersFansOnly.com, everything is shut down. First and foremost, shout out to y'all because we sold out of all Carolina Reaper tees that we had. We're not bringing those back until maybe Q2 2026. So if you got your hands on a Reaper tee before they shut down, shout out to you. Appreciate the love and the support. Now, Go over to 4PanthersFansOnly.com right now. Type in your email address. If the Carolina Panthers win on Sunday, we're dropping 5 brand new items. 5 brand new items coming on Sunday. Go over to 4PanthersFansOnly.com right now. Put your email address in. What that gets you is early access to the drop. We're going to either do 24 hours or 48-hour early access. Go over to 4PanthersFansOnly.com right now. If the Carolina Panthers win on Sunday, our fall capsule will be dropping. And trust me, like if y'all thought the Reaper Tees were hard, the Reaper TV ones, I don't even know. I don't even know for real if y'all were ready for what that fall capsule was looking like. But it's major. Trust me, it's major. We did a lot of work, and it's going up. So if you want early access to that, go to 4PanthersFansOnly.com right now. Type in your email address and get early access. If the Carolina Panthers win on Sunday, it's very, very simple. Shout out everybody in the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and say this too before we bring John up. If the Carolina Panthers can't beat the Saints, then I will be
Stranger
back.
things have happened.
You said what?
Stranger things have happened.
Oh, no, that's very true. But I'll be back to 2023, JJ.
What was that like?
You know, they don't have to go. They don't have to go too far to find out.
Is that when you was hating?
Yeah, when I was hanging him from the cross. Yeah, for sure. But he's back in good graces. Actually, he's back in great graces because we're winning football games. Okay, like I said, well, first and foremost, actually, no, I'll wait until we bring John up. Like I said, very, very special guest joining us tonight. Round of applause. We have John from the One Carolina podcast, man.
Yes, sir.
What's happening?
Wow.
What's happening, OG? What's happening?
Yeah, what's happening? What's happening?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, man. What a blessing, man. I'm finally where I need to be. I'm home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Man, great, man. Blessed. It's a lot going on in this thing now, man. It's flipped. You know what I'm saying? Like we done spend a long time, man. If you've been a content creator for a while, you know, you've been spending a long time in hell. You know what I'm saying? But we finally coming up out that grave, bro. So, man, I can't. No better time than the present. No better time than the present.
Yes, sir. They don't, John. They don't get it.
No,
they don't get it. They don't get what it was like just 2-3 short years ago.
No, not at all, man.
No cap. No cap. I was about to say something, but I'm not even gonna put it. I ain't even gonna put you. Just know. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. Don't worry. But definitely appreciate you hopping on and joining us tonight, man. Like I said, I'm a huge fan. Watch all your content.
Thank you. Man.
Yeah, I just be tuned in. Like I said, I have a lot of respect for a lot of people, but I'm not a fan of a lot of people in this space. You definitely fall under the umbrella of me being a fan of you. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Hey, man, well, we're going to wax poetic both ways. Pause, because I've been saying that for a minute. You know what I'm saying? When I found y'all, man, like I've been locked in for a while now. And on Mint Street Mondays, when I go Monday, man, I'm always giving it up. You know, and so Dylan come through, me and Dylan from the same hometown. And so like, you know, yeah, it's been, y'all have probably, there's a lot of different types of content in this space, but it's also repetitive, you know, on a few different shows, you know what I'm saying, if I may for a moment. But what y'all have is unique, like nobody's doing what y'all have. And I love that. I love that y'all have a unique approach. So I'm locked in every Tuesday. I watch every Friday. I watch the shorts. I'm all the way in. And I said it before and I'll say it again. Y'all my favorite pod, like without question.
We appreciate that.
For sure.
Sure, that's love. That's love. That's about to make me blush up here. You about to be making me blush up here, man. You know. Look at Terrence. Hey, Terrence. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you know, John. You can't be very vulnerable around Terrence, man, because he just
what
hating this shit. OG, telling you, no cap. But man. Nah, man. Well, I'll start off by letting you plug what you had to plug, where people can find you at, and then when we end, you can do the same thing. But you know, we have people in here that are not familiar with you on your platform, so just want to give you that opportunity to kick things off.
Yeah. So you can find me everywhere. Every DSP, One Carolina, the One Carolina podcast on Apple, Spotify, and pretty much all the DSPs. YouTube, X, One Carolina. Pretty easy to find me, research me. You know what I'm saying? My big ugly mug on all those spots, man. But yeah, I'm just just out here, man, trying to contribute to the space. Not trying to be a disruptor, but sometimes can be disruptive. So hey, it is what it is.
I like that. That's bars. Terrence, how you feeling, bro? You all right? They gonna win. Y'all gonna win, bro. Just be relaxed, bro.
I feel good. First game, well, not really the first game of the season, but kind of the first game of the season. First big test for UNC basketball. So I'm tuned into the North Carolina and Kansas game right now. We started off kind of shaky, had to get our foot under us, and but we back where we need to be. I think we got the best freshman in the class. He's displayed that so far. And I think the players that we put around them, they came to the party a little late, but they looking good right now. We got Kansas on the ropes, so we shall see. So I feel good right now. And what do you?
Go ahead, John. My fault.
You good? What you gonna think? So I'm a Carolina fan myself. So what you think happened to Hubert if it looks like last year? You think they get him out of here?
Yeah, because I think he was already skating on thin ice, honestly. Because since he got here, it's been up and down. Like he made the national championship his first year as a head coach, but you can contribute that to being Roy's team, really. But then you had to kind of give him some leeway because he was still dealing with the Roy Williams recruits. But he finally got his guys in, so it's like you can't really have the season like you had last year, and then shit the bed. I think he's gone if that happens. Personally,
yeah, I agree.
Okay. That's great.
JJ, who you pull for, bro? Because I see you up there.
you can tell by the way he acting.
Oh, okay. I knew it had to be the worst of the ops. If
they about 7 miles up the road.
Yeah.
Oh, they about 7 miles up the road.
Okay.
We don't listen. I'm to a point now with my team. We can't even do a lot of talking because we done had a lot of talent and we done fell short on a lot of different occasions. Last year should have been a natty, no question about it.
Okay.
But John Shire, so obsessed with making Coop the star when he really didn't need it. He was already the star. When shit got tight,
Yeah.
Y'all was too. Y'all was obsessed with making him the star too. And he just ain't have it. When the moments got too big for him, turnover.
Yeah, I was never obsessed. I was never obsessed with making him a star. Like I said, he was already a star. But when shit get tight, you need a dog to go close the job.
Who did y'all have on the team that could do that?
Man, stop it. Stop it. You know who. Nigga, you know. Stop playing. You know who. He acting like Killer Khan ain't. Man, you saw it. What happened to y'all last year? Oh, matter of fact, we
ain't had the right personnel.
Yeah,
we ain't had the right stuff. We ain't had the right stuff coming through there. But we this year.
I'm not even
from a Panthers front, it's all love, but from a Carolina front, it's F y'all niggas for life. Like,
yes, sir. And the feeling is mutual. Feeling is mutual. 1,000%.
Yeah.
But y'all are just a little, and I try and tell Terrence this all the time. Y'all are just a little more obsessed with us than we are with you guys.
That's not true, bro.
That's Coach K's career, whatever, and then we proceed to sweep y'all like the next 2-3 years in a row. But don't worry, because we ended Coach K's career
on the biggest stage when it mattered the most.
Did y'all hang a banner? Y'all ain't hanging a damn banner
on the biggest stage when it mattered. You don't get a banner for a Final Four.
We got the same. We got the same one. We got the same one. You made the Final Four. Round of applause, nigga. You couldn't get the job done. But
y'all couldn't either.
Hey, what's little mama name? Shout out, Deja. That's my favorite UNC legend of all time.
Let's move on because I will have some choice words. Let's move on.
Facts. Guys, the Carolina Panthers are over 500.
Yes.
For the first time in what seems like, it feels like a decade, literally, to me. At this point in the season, at the very least. big test on Sunday against the New Orleans Saints. Just kind of getting some of my random thoughts out there to kick us off, and then I'll pass it over to you guys.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I say big test because this Carolina Panthers team, honestly, last Sunday, in my opinion, was honestly one of the biggest wins that we've had in like the last half decade.
Yeah.
At the very least, if we're just having an honest conversation, right? When you're talking about a young team like this, and I know the average age or whatever the case may be, is doesn't come off as a young team, but we all know we're a very, very young team, right?
Mhm.
When you have a young team like the Carolina Panthers coming off of a road victory against Green Bay Packers, this could be a spot at which people look at potentially being a trap game, with it being a divisional game, with it being against the New Orleans Saints, who, 1-8, Tyler Shuck under center, nothing really going, whatever the case may be, just from an outsider's perspective. But again, it is a divisional game, and I would assume that the New Orleans Saints want nothing more than to humble the Carolina Panthers after coming
Yeah.
off a victory, like they did last Sunday against the Green Bay Packers. So huge spot for a young team. This really could, in my opinion, this could catapult something very big if you win this game, because I think that you can go to Atlanta and get the job done, and anything can happen on Monday Night Football against San Francisco. Not to get too far ahead, but a big, big spot. So that's kind of where I am. I'll pass it off to you guys, Terrence. I'll let you get us started off on that front, just kind of how you're feeling heading into Sunday, and we'll go from there.
I don't know why people are calling this a trap game. I think you approach this game like you approach any other game, really. It would be different if you had a record like the Colts or somebody like that, and then you can kind of say like going into a team like this can be a trap game. But I think as the Carolina Panthers, like we're not to the point that we're not to the point where we can be considering certain games a trap game. I mean, it's a divisional game. And we said at the beginning of the season, like, even though the Saints record is what it is, like they played a lot of good teams close. The Saints have one of those teams where they just have that dog in them. They have guys who want to play. Now, unfortunately, the talent level just isn't there to where they would like it to be, but they have guys over there who just want to play football. And I think that's good for a lot of teams. I wouldn't necessarily consider it a trap game. I mean, it's a divisional opponent. You know, they always are going to play each other tough. Like you play these teams twice out of the year. They know the most about you out of any other opponents throughout the league. So I wouldn't necessarily call it a trap game, but it is a game that you should go in and win because I think you are the better team. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's a trap game.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you, Terrence. I won't say trap, but it don't really matter what it is, what our records are. When we play the Saints, when we play the Falcons, when we play the Bucks, it's always going to be a test, right? Because you know those teams better than, sometimes you even know yourself, just because of how often you're seeing each other. And like you said, the Saints aren't, just because they're a 1-8 record, a lot of that is based on quarterback play, the influx of that whole situation. They're 23rd in total defense, 12th in run defense. And so, they could pose a threat as far as our run is concerned. And then, with this addition to of T-Mac potentially being out this game with the hamstring situation, that may pose a little bit of an issue in the receiving, situation, the receiving core. But honestly, man, I'm gonna tell you, there's probably no team I hate worse in the NFL than the New Orleans Saints. So, even if we were down bad, I'm still going to say we're going to go in there and smack them boys, because I just think that for them specifically, when we at the bank and we play them, it's a different atmosphere every time. So they're not going to go into this game coming off of the Green Bay game, kind of like they went from Atlanta to, what was it, or Miami to Buffalo or whatever, like, and they get, smacked by Buffalo. It's going to be a different atmosphere. Coming home off of that win, man, the bank going to be rocking. You're not going to have the same amount of, Saints fans in the bank like you would any of these other road teams, man. So, yeah, I think they take care of business. And not just that, I think they take care of business convincingly. I think it's going to be ugly.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm not going to lie. And to be honest, I want to see it get ugly, personally.
Me too.
For me. Like, I feel like, okay, you just did what you did on the road against Green Bay. Now come out here and make a statement. And again, build that momentum, because that to me, at this point in your season with the schedule that we have coming up, bro, we need all of the confidence that we can get, because it's tough. It's tough. It gets real nasty and wicked after these next 2 weeks.
Yes,
no
sir.
cap. So,
and I would love
really,
to go.
I say after the next two, but really after this week, because Atlanta's going to try and get their face back.
Yeah,
for sure. And Panthers Twitter has been chatting. And I know they ain't had no choice but to see it at some point or another. And yes, FPFO is partially responsible. For sure. And
y'all
we'll
do
take
be turning it up. I like that,
Yeah.
though, bro. Like, I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like one cat in particular. It was an Avian? Is that how you say it? His handle? Avian?
Oh, I can't. Hey, John,
Yeah.
I can't stand them. I can't stand
Me
them.
either, man. Me either, bro. I hope that nigga listening too, because I want him to know that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm back. Oh God.
Yeah,
It's him and it's another light-skinned dude too. That Fetty kind of got out of here this week, or Monty rather kind of got out of here not that long ago. He went MIA for about 2 or 3 weeks. They found his TikTok. they found his TikTok.
Hey, after that 30-0, Avian got out of here for a minute. I remember he deactivated.
Yeah.
He was deleting tweets and all kind of stuff, man. So yeah,
weird.
Yeah, they will be on your head for sure. It don't matter what. Like I said, man, especially for a team that has been this bad for this long to finally start having some success and then to do to you what we did to you. You know what I'm saying? Of all people, man, if we'd have done this to Green Bay, like, yeah, people would have stood up for it. But to beat Atlanta 30-0, like, that's different. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, from a division perspective, I think this Saints thing is gonna be similar, man. I think we're gonna put up 30 points Sunday. I don't know how much they're gonna put up, but I do believe we're gonna put up 30 points Sunday.
Well, I mean,
I like when you get to chatting like that. See, sometimes I need somebody up here that's gonna gas me back up. Terrence be, he be so, I don't know. I hope we win. You know, I need a nigga that's gonna turn me up. Yeah, we gonna hang 30 plus on them. They're sorry.
And Terrence, I think your favorite receiver gonna get off too, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
tell him who his favorite receiver is.
If T-Mac don't play,
about that nigga from Mullins. I know how you feel about him. I be watching. I be in that.
XL might hang 150 Sunday.
Yeah, he. I don't think he would ever have 150 throughout any game of his career. But okay, nonetheless. But if T-Mac doesn't play, then he might get off. Which I hope he does. Congrats to him if he does. I really hope so.
You see how sarcastic it is. Oh, if he does, I hope he does. Like all of that extra shit. Bro, you can't just cheer for him, bro. Like you said, you'll be watching.
Bro,
so
if XL goes for 150, then that means Bryce Young had a good game.
Hey, I gotta ask y'all a question real quick. How your man feel after we beat the Cowboys? Like, what was that dynamic like off camera? Because I heard it on camera. Your man's is it Tavian?
Yeah.
How was that dynamic off camera?
Copping a lot of pleas, a lot of crying, a lot of excuses, this and that.
Look,
I saw him look over there when you asked the question. Yeah, that's what it was. A lot of copping pleas, a lot of crying, and I don't even live with him. Yeah, it was a lot of that. But I think he took it like a champ though. Because I'm not gonna hold you.
Earlier, he was in the chat like, drop the link. I said he was in the chat like, let me get on here.
Was that him or his burner? That might have been
his burner. Okay.
Yeah, he got Tavian's burner. We still haven't figured out who it is.
We think we have a good.
Yeah.
I think I might know who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let me ask you a question, John. How do you feel about the season up to this point? Because, like you said, a team that has struggled, like since the Matt Rule era, if we're just being honest, like you had the one season of hope with Steve Wilkes, and then we know how that turned out with JC going down, etc. So really, like the first time at the beginning of a season where we've had a lot of confidence, right, all throughout the first half, in my opinion. So how do you feel right now, like just as a fan, and then I guess you can take it from a content creator standpoint as well, like how is winning affecting business and your mood, I guess.
Sometimes it's weird, JJ, because sometimes because the drama, Charlemagne says this a lot. He says nobody cares about the lie. Nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining, right? And so as a content creator, I'll start there first. Sometimes, as far as like just the overall engagement and everything, when things are bad, I've noticed that, the numbers be like kind of crazy when you get on, online talking, crazy about stuff that happens. But like some people don't know how to react with the success. So they start finding things to nitpick at, right? So last night I went live and was talking about how there was like articles coming out talking about how Bryce Young's impeding the process or the progress of the Carolina Panthers, which I think is absolutely nuts, right? But like, I like how y'all approach it. Y'all approach it like I do. A lot of energy, a lot of like enthusiasm and excitement. Like I like, you know what I'm saying, how y'all turn up in the mornings, you got the mask on and stuff like that, you know, because that's what they want. They feed off of that. They feed off of the community. Hey, look, these dudes watching. Y'all know that. D Bates and them be rocking the Carolina Reaper shirts, you know what I'm saying? Like putting y'all on that, which is huge, by the way. Salute to that. But like, you know, they watch. So they like that kind of energy that we offer them as well, right? So as far as like the season itself, I think there's some things that are left to be desired, but where we are is better than where we've been in so long at this point in the season. So like the thing that I'm excited about is like specifically somebody like Bryce turning it around or reverting back to what we saw the last 6 games of last season and doing that at this point, because if he does that, we become a danger. And I'm not talking about like just a playoff team. Like we become a real threat if you see him revert back anywhere near what you saw towards the middle to the end of last season after the benching. So, you know, like I said, a lot left to be desired in the beginning, but I love to see his development, love to see these young guys. I mean, when Bryce got pushed on the sideline, man, I love the first person you saw get up in somebody's face was Nick Scorton. And it tracks with how he's playing and how he has set the tone for this defense, right? And so that stuff, that you're going to build on top of that, man. And it's just going to, Enrico, you know, I mean, obviously we can't forget about that and just seeing what he's been able to do in this short span that he's been here with us, even though it's an extension of what he did, you know, last year. And we saw that firsthand when he came into the bank, you know, and ran through it. So like, you know, it's a beautiful thing to see. And I think that they're going to build from this. This is not going to be something like a one-off. I think that Dan Morgan is really locked in on the type of players that fit what Canales is doing, what Avero is trying to do, and it's not going to do anything but get better from here. To me, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I agree. I want to go back to something that you were talking about, because I want you to dive more into it, because anybody that has watched this show for any length of time, right, knows how, like I mentioned on Tuesday, how hypercritical I have been of Bryce Young. And I think that ultimately, for me personally, it was more so the fact that, yes, you were drafted number 1 overall, but it just seems like your play at that time was hindering us from taking that next step. Now, obviously, like in the moment, it's a lot more emotional, because it's like, bro, we're getting our head blasted every single week.
Yeah.
But when you take a step back and you look at it, it's just kind of like, okay, well, he did have one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL history. He did have a terrible defense. If you look at last year, you look at who he's throwing the football to season 1. I mean, I don't even know if any of those guys are still in the damn league, right? So when you take a look at it like that, it's just like, okay, well, we can kind of shoot them bail there. Fast forward to now. The discourse for me personally is very, very weird. And I said this on Tuesday. I'm going to re-emphasize it again. Very strange to me personally, because like I said, bro, I've been like the most hypercritical person of Bryce that I know. And it's been a very, very emotional and at times aggressive. I'll admit that. Like that, I'm very self-aware in that regard.
You ain't alone in that. You ain't alone in that.
1000%. So it's just like, okay, well, what I was complaining about and what I was upset about initially was the fact that we're not winning games. So with us sitting above 500, and even though he hasn't played the best, like, why would I be hypercritical of him if we're winning football games? And that was ultimately my problem. But just give me some of your insight on that, because that discourse is weird, bro. Like I said Tuesday, I log on to Twitter after the game, right? 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, after we just upset the number 1 team in the NFC, and we're having a discourse about Bryce Young only throwing for 100 yards. Touch on that a little bit.
You know, I'm going to tell you what's, so to go back to something you said about being critical, right? JJ, as fans, Terrence, we only beholden to greatness. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we don't have any personal stake in these guys' lives or anything like that. We are only beholden to greatness. But what I love about what you said, and I've watched this, so it's not just word salad that you're giving me because I'm on platform. I've watched y'all enough to know that unlike some others, that the people you were talking about on X, it's also happening on YouTube and stuff like that, right? Is that you'll allow context to take place. Like, you can look at a situation and say, like, okay, well, offensive line may have broke down here. Maybe that caused this. You know what I'm saying? Or play calling was this, so this caused this. Or people are covered up and this is causing this, right? When you look at actual film and can break that down. Now, I'm no film expert, so I'll look at people who are the experts and try to give as much of an unbiased take as possible based on that. But the last thing that I would ever do is impede what I believe is going to be consistent progress, because I want the quarterback to throw for more yards. When I talked about this the other day, I was like, man, the NFL has sold us this, right? We want this dream. I never will forget, we got scheduled to play the Houston Texans in 2022 on a Thursday night. Why did they do that? Because they thought without question that we were going to get Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson literally came off of a season where he threw for, I think, somewhere around 4,000 yards or just shy under that, 30-something touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 70% completion percentage, and they were 4-12. Who gives a damn how much you run up the stats? You know what I'm saying? Yes, it looks good. It's cool. It's high flying, all that kind of stuff. But I don't care about that, man. If you are winning ball games and your quarterback, Sheena Quick was asking Bryce Young, she said, yo, I saw you smiling on the sideline when it was, your turn to go out for the game-winning drive, because you know what's up. He lived for those moments. You know what I'm saying? So if he made just enough plays to get you to that point to where you could put him out there and say, okay, now I need you to go do this. I done seen that 9 different times. So it's not like he can't do it. He almost threw us back in. And I know people, garbage stats, whatever, with Arizona, we were still down 27-3 going into the half. And we came back within scoring distance to win that game. Now, was he the major part of that? Absolutely. And that should be, critiqued.
Yeah.
It should be. Oh, I know. I saw you. I saw you. Look, I was looking at the phone like, come on, JJ. Like, I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, you're not wrong in your assessment. The problem that I have is when people start preying on the downfall. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different animal. Because it's like, yo,
weird, bro.
What do y'all really want? Like, what do you want from them? You know what I'm saying? And so
I said my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm coming right back to you. I said from the very jump, and Terrence can attest to this, because Terrence was more on the side of like a Bryce truther, and I was like, nah, fuck him. But Terrence can attest to this. My only stance throughout this whole thing has been for the Carolina Panthers to win football games.
Yeah.
We're doing that. So it's just like, bro, like, how can I be mad? Like, why would I be hypercritical if that's been my whole stance? Terrence, you got something or nah?
Yeah.
You gonna fight for me or nah, bro? Let me know.
I'm gonna just say, like, the certain fans are so weird, because it's like, what do you really care about? Like, do you care about the Carolina Panthers as a whole? Like, do you care about winning football games? Like, we've been a bad team for so long, and it's just so funny and just so weird that, like, now that when we're winning football games, just because your quarterback isn't throwing for 300-400 yards, that becomes a problem. But y'all are also the same people that are banging the drum. Oh, Rico needs 20 touches a game. Like, oh, Dave Canales needs to learn how to stand on business and rely on the run game, like he said at the beginning of the year. Do you understand, if you're giving a running back that many touches, if you're splitting carries with another running back, it's kind of hard for your quarterback to throw 400 yards a game. And then can we just be okay with that? Is not who we need Bryce to be. Like, we're okay with winning games the way we are. And we don't need Bryce to be a quarterback that throws 300 or 400 yards. What makes me happy is that we seen the way Bryce played the last couple of games of last season. Like, we seen him be able to put up multiple touchdowns a game, put up 100, 200, 300-yard games, and he hasn't done that yet. So just imagine, I don't think this offense has reached its full potential yet. So just imagine if Bryce does step into that, like you said earlier, John, if Bryce does step into that, what we seen, even a glimpse of what we seen last year, plus with what we're doing in the running game, and plus the way this defense is playing, like, this is going to be a hard team to beat in general.
Yes.
Like, so why can't we just be happy about that? Why can't we just live in the moment instead of wanting to complain and cry about, like, miscellaneous shit that doesn't mean anything? So I don't get it. It's very weird, and it really pisses me off, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It's extremely weird. And, but I'm going to tell you where it comes from, Terrence. I saw something today on TV, and I thought this was really interesting, because you got a lot of national commentators. Now, a lot of people don't like Colin Cowherd. The whole reason I got into doing what I'm doing is because I do like Colin Cowherd. But sometimes he says stuff, a lot of times actually, that really gets under my skin. Bo Nix had a time last night, right? Two interceptions, struggling last night. But he's 8-2. And you literally got Colin Cowherd on TV talking about, man, maybe Sean Payton and them should start. It's a lot of quarterbacks coming out in this draft. Maybe you draft a guy and let Bo Nix, kind of, groom him or whatever like that and move on to the next. I'm like, what are we doing? He's in year 2. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys on a good day can be a Super Bowl contender. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's not going to come out and like we see like anomalies because in our space, it's Cam. Everything is always going to be compared to the superhero, like inhumane stuff that Cam was able to, not inhumane, it sounds bad, but like the superhuman, I just say that stuff that Cam could do, right? But like, in our division, Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Matt Ryan won an MVP, and I'm not, crapping on Matt because Matt, is the real deal. Like, it don't always look how you want it to look. But if Bryce helps you get to that place where you can be consistently winning, then I don't need dude to throw for 300-400 yards a game. Whatever you can do that puts a W in the column, I'm good with that. Now, on the flip, I'll say this. I do think that they will eventually get to a point where they will want some more juice on the offense because his yards per attempt is not where you need it to be with what you have as or considered to be field stretchers and guys like XL and, T-Mac, right? But hey, suppose that they say, and I've thought this, and I'd like to know what y'all think about this. I think they're going to draft a quarterback in this draft. I don't know where, but I think it's going to happen, right? Because you kind of have to. You got rid of Hendon Hooker. Obviously, Andy Dalton is washed. So you're either going to bring somebody in from another team or you're going to draft somebody, right? And so to me, I'm interested to see what that looks like. And it's possible that they do bring in a guy that they say, okay, in kind of an Alex Smith, the Colin Kaepernick situation where it's like, okay, if Bryce gets hurt or he struggles for any reason, then we do have a contingency plan. But for the here and now, I'm going to celebrate what he's doing because I still, like you said, Terrence, and I said earlier, I still think that like big time game from him is on the way. And it could be one of these next 2 games. Now I would hope that it would be on Monday night because, bro, I'm going to tell you, if you think, if you watching me and you one of my detractors, because I got a few of them, if you think I've been showing out now, let him go do that on Monday night on the world stage. You ain't going to be able to, like, I'm going to be a mess online.
As you should. 1,000%.
Real spill.
I like that. And we're going to have to get you in person one of these episodes. We're going to have to get you in person.
Definitely.
For sure. And I'm a pre-order you a ski mask.
Oh,
and
already.
It'll just be us 2 in the ski.
Already.
And let Terrence sit there with the captain hat on. Put that hoe to the side.
Already.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
That's
but we won't get too far ahead.
Especially if we go to the playoffs. That might happen this year. I'm trying to tell you, like, if we go to the playoffs, like, I'm on a plane. Like, I don't know where y'all at, but I'll find it. Yeah.
Say less, for sure. And honestly, if we go to the playoffs, we're gonna have to put some trash bag down, shit like that, because we're gonna have champagne bottles on that bitch.
Already.
For sure. Absolutely. And we might have to tell them to open up the whatever, but I might have a Rocky Patel in my joint with the champagne in hand. But
calm down.
Look how you get.
The voice of reason.
Exactly.
Calm down.
Facts. Sunday, what scares you guys? For me personally, like, I'm not gonna hold you, and I did a very, very good job with this when we played against the New York Jets because I had seen the letdown from Miami to, or check that, Atlanta to New England, right? So I had that in the back of my head coming off of that 17-point comeback from Miami to Buffalo. What's in you guys' head? What scares you guys for the Saints? For me personally, it's nothing.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I'm not gonna lie.
Nothing.
Absolutely
nothing at all
about this team scares me, honestly. AK is not AK anymore, and he's been dealing with some lingering injuries and stuff like that. Every single week, he seems like he's on the injury report. They just let go of Shaheed. So really, if we're just being honest, nobody really has the ability to beat you over top.
No.
Anymore. Olave is a hell of a receiver. Don't get me wrong. I'm actually a Chris Olave fan for whatever it's worth,
Mhm.
but he doesn't have the ability to beat you over the top. Not with the way that we play defense and the way we
Right.
cover, right? And how zone heavy we are. Like Taysom Hill always has a good game against us. So like
He does, yeah.
I you know what I'm saying? Like maybe my player today, I'll have Taysom Hill for 25 rushing yards or some shit.
Mhm.
But like outside of that, it's just very hard for me as a fan. And I hope the players are not taking this approach. Like you said, I know that there's a couple of guys that watch. I'm sure there's a couple of coaches that have run across. So if they see this video, I pray that they're not taking this approach, and I'm sure they're not. But for me as a fan, like this shit should be a walk in the park. Because even defensively, like, sure, they have a top 15 rush defense. I get that. But I just don't even know if that shit is going to help us. It'll help them, rather.
It's not. And they just lost their biggest dog on the offensive line, Trevor. What's his name?
Penny.
Trevor Penny. Yeah, he got traded.
Yep, shipping them out to LA, right?
Yeah. So you just lost your left tackle. So, I mean, I think that this could be a game where Scorton, somebody, I don't know if it's Scorton or, DJ Wanham, who, has multiple sacks. But I feel like I would love for it to be Scorton. Because I think if Scorton does that, it's only going to increase his confidence to turn him into the, nightmare that he already is, but will continue to become, right? So, yeah, I think this could be a real big game for him. And I think Princely coming back too. So shout out to Princely. This could be a, opportunity for him as well.
Yeah, nothing at all scares me about New Orleans. I mean, outside of the fact that they are a divisional opponent, so I can't see potential for this game to be close, but I think realistically, you should win this game very easily. They switch quarterbacks in the middle of the season. I don't really know what offensive weapons they have to rely on because, like you said, AK isn't AK anymore. Rashid Shaheed is gone. Chris Olave, he's one guy, but we have JC. This defense has been playing very well, and outside of the fact that they're this top run defense, I mean, that hasn't stopped us from running on a lot of other teams who would
That's a
consider to
fact.
be in that category.
Yep.
I think the Jets had a very good run defense. I mean, they really didn't stop much. Green Bay, I think their defense is a good defense in totality. We've seen what Rico did to them. So it's like all of that is fine and dandy, but I think that you should pretty much have your way with the New Orleans Saints, especially at home, especially with the momentum that you're gonna have coming off of a big Green Bay win, going back home in front of the home crowd, your fans there. Like you should win this game pretty convincingly. To me,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. Do you guys think that this is a potential bounce back game for Chuba Hubbard at all, or is that kind of like out of sight, out of mind?
to me, to me, it's out of sight, out of mind. Like
Yep.
I let Rico do what he do. If Rico get hurt, Chuba, you come in. Outside of that, I mean, I don't really care to, really see him that much. And that's no knock on Chuba, but it's like this is who the hot hand is. This is what we have. This is where we have been the most successful this year. I think when you run Rico, what was it like north of 20 times or something like that? You're 4-0 or something like that. When he has majority of the carries, so it's like the numbers back up what he's been able to do and what this team has looked like when he does carry majority of the load. So I think that you continue to run the offense in that way, and if Chuba doesn't fit into that rotation, then it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they're gonna go early and often to Rico. And I ain't trying to turn it up in here, man. But
Turn it up.
Look.
Hey, this is not the place. This is not the place to bite your tongue. Say what you got to say. Get it off your chest.
I love Chuba Hubbard, man. I really do.
I know where this going.
I have an affinity for people who really like sell themselves out, even in bad situations, and grow and develop. But boy, Trevor Etienne got some juice, dog. Look, it's explosive. I'm telling you.
Hey, don't. I lie. You say you want to turn it up, and I gave you the green light. I can't let you do that. Why? Wait. Let me ask you this: should the Panthers have traded Chuba Tuesday afternoon?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay,
But I
fair
do
enough.
think that they're in a unique situation. But no, I just again watching that Dallas game, like it just looked different. You know what I'm saying? Like, and is it? Could you say that Chuba just has some wear? You know, and things are a little bit different than they were last year. Maybe. Could it be seeing the success of somebody else? You know, kind of. I don't think it slows you down, but you could just it's just a difference. You know, like Trevor Etienne does what Rico can do out of the backfield as far as like his catching ability, things like that. But he's also a really explosive runner. You know, and the few times he got to show that, especially at the very end of the game, you know, you see it. And so I don't know. I ain't trying to like look, I wouldn't upset anything personally. Like I would, that's why I don't come out and say, you know, like my real thoughts on this situation. I just say,
Well,
you
can
know,
today be the first day? Can today be the first day where you share with us your real thoughts? Because I'm actually interested to hear it, and I would like to hear you support it. So I want to hear you say it. No cap. And I'll give you my word because I'm a little bit under the weather. I won't get to yelling or doing no extra shit. I promise. I just want to hear your thoughts. No cap.
it's cool. It's cool. My real thoughts is that what we saw from Green Bay should be what we see for the rest of the season. And that potentially could have looked like Chuba maybe getting 3 to 5 carries a game. And I know that
Oh
sounds
my
crazy.
God. Good
I
God
yeah,
Almighty.
it sounds crazy. But I just feel like what Rico does in rhythm, and you just like him just being able to see things, and you know what I'm saying, going to like we talked about this yesterday, like going to Brad Isaac and saying like, hey, I see that, you know, we have an opportunity for an inside zone toss here, like let's run that, you know, and getting the, you know, the autonomy to be able to do it. Like maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's not been vocalized, but have you really heard that in the last few years? You know what I'm saying? Like has that happened that you know of?
No.
And
No.
the question you would have to ask yourself is this: one, does he have the autonomy to do that? That's a question in and of itself. But if he does, is it more of a confidence to actually go and say it and be like, hey, let's try this, you know? Because I feel like if that happens and the result is, it don't even have to be the same, because Rico's result was like 50 plus yards. It could be 20 or 30. Man, they gonna talk about that. Like that's coming out, right? Like they're gonna be like, look at what Chuba did. He said this, and this to the coach, and then we did this, and you know what I'm saying? And I've just never heard that before. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's different, man. So and I think that that's something that develops through the course of the game. That's something that you see as you just see things happening in front of you, and you're just you know, digesting information and being able to read and react. And that's why I think that, yeah, like old school running backs, I feel like that he should be the work horse. And, you know, your other guy gets a few touches a game, and that's it, you know. And that sounds harsh. I'll be honest with you. It sounds crazy, you know, and most people push back about that. But the results speak for themselves, because Rico's not just doing something that's just, you know, he's doing what he's doing is historic. To have, what was he at, 735 yards in what, 5 starts? Like you don't see this often. Like it is literally lightning in the bottle, right? And so you can't let that escape without trying it out, because he could literally be like, if he's playing from the beginning of the season doing what he's doing right now, you talking like MVP conversation. Like it's insane, right?
Yeah, no,
And
that's real.
the record may even look different. You know what I'm saying? A couple of them games should go in a different direction. How do we know the Buffalo game isn't more neutralized? Because you're neutralizing James Cook by putting him on the field more. And in the second half, he barely got to touch the ball because it wasn't his series. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, like.
Yeah, that was insane. That was
Yeah.
disgusting. When I heard that explanation, it was god awful. Terrence, you have anything to respond?
I was just gonna say it don't sound harsh to me. It sound all right to me. Especially the fact that, especially the fact that Rico is a volume back and he plays better when he's in rhythm. So you you can't go away from that just to save face and to, you know, boost people's egos and to, you know, play the coach that wants to be the coddler, or like, you know, to
The
save feelings.
politics, the
Yeah,
money.
you got to go with what's working. I mean, because Dave Canales, like before this season turned around, before he was fighting for his coaching job too, whether people
Yeah.
wanted to believe it or not.
Absolutely.
So at the same time, every day for him is still an audition. We know how short of a fuse Dave Tepper has. So at that point in time, you got to go with what you got, what works the best for you. And like I said earlier, if Chuba doesn't fit into that scenario, doesn't fit into that rotation, and he only gets to see 3 to 4 carries a game, but we're winning football games, just like the Bryce Young situation, where he's not throwing for 300 to 400 yards a game, but we're winning football games, then all in all, people should be okay with that. Like,
Yeah.
you should be okay with your team winning football games, no matter how it gets done. It doesn't have to be sexy. It doesn't have to look like the Indianapolis Colts. It doesn't have to look like the Kansas City Chiefs. It doesn't have to look like the Baltimore Ravens when they're healthy and putting up a bunch of points. Like, as long as your team is winning football games in a winnable division, then you should be okay with that. Personally,
Agreed.
that's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree
Yeah,
with
I
that.
wholeheartedly agree. And we talk about, you made the comment, John, like it may sound harsh, whatever the case may be, right? But it's the same thing with the Bryce Young conversation, right?
Mhm.
You're winning football games. So if that's what's working, because I actually agree with you, I was actually livid when I heard that, oh, it wasn't Rico's series, so that's the reason why he didn't get as many touches
Yeah.
in the Buffalo game, right? When the writing really has been on the wall for the past 2 or 3 weeks, if you look at the
Mhm.
Chuba Hubbard and Rico situation. And
Yeah.
I am one of those people that were like, hey, everybody relaxed because the chatter was getting very loud about potentially moving off of him. I was one of the guys that was just like, yo, like, just chill. Like, he's coming off an injury. Let's just see. But
Mhm.
when we saw in Buffalo, right, and we saw Andy Dalton just simply did not have it, but we saw Rico still had juice, that was the opportunity right there to slow shit down
Yes.
before it gets out of hand, before it ends 40-9, right?
Right.
With every Carolina Panther fan in the building except for Panthers, shout out to him, but every other Carolina Panther fan in the building damn near beating the road. I got out of there so fast, I was back in the triangle area by 6:30.
Good
No
God.
cap.
Oh, you was moving.
That's a 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just one of those situations where the writing is on the wall. Like you said, he's on a historic pace, dog. Like, this dude had limited reps the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season, and he's already back, like, on top of
Yeah.
the NFC. He's the rushing leader in the NFC. Like you said, would be an MVP conversation if he started the season off. Now, I will say, because people fail to acknowledge this, for additional context, this is not the same Rico that we saw the first 3 weeks of the season either.
No.
Because a lot of what we saw from Rico, in my opinion, was a lot of tap dancing, a lot of questioning if this is where I should go, XYZ.
Mhm.
I don't know what flipped for him, but whatever it was, I wish it would have happened sooner, but I'm happy that it did happen this season, because right now he is what he thinks he is and what Panthers fans feel he is.
You know, it's interesting you say that, because to me, this is what it kind of feels like. It feels like I've watched Rico's career very closely. I went to the same high school as Rico Dowdle. So, like, I've been a fan for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And I think that in similar fashion, when he was in Dallas, because he was on that roster for a long time, and just had a chance to sit back and soak up game from Zeke and Tony Pollard. And, you know what I'm saying? They even drafted Deuce Vaughn, you know what I'm saying? And put him in that rotation or whatever at one point. And so when he finally got his opportunity, it just feels to me, like Terrence mentioned earlier, it's all rhythm. So, like, he's an old school type of guy where it's like, I need multiple carries multiple times to figure things out in real time. Not like, hey, it's Chuba, then it's some of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, in certain situations that may not necessarily be best to suit what you do best, right? Because we see that the added element of him catching out of the backfield is something that makes this whole thing entirely different, because that's a whole new threat. And so when he got his opportunity after those 3 games, when it was just his show and it was like, hey, we're going to rely on you, that's when it was like, oh man, this looks like what we saw last year against us. This looks like we was doing down the stretch with Dallas, and they were winning games, doing this. And so, I think that, it's possible that you may have found something extremely special, but it may be something hard to tailor around, because you may have to rely on him really heavy. And look, historically, man, when you look back at I can't speak for other franchises, but the Carolina Panthers, there was always, even when we had the 2 tandem situation, there was always the bell cow guy. D'Angelo Williams was always the bell cow guy. Like, salute to J. Stu, but it was always D'Angelo's show. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
facts.
Stephen
That's
Davis was your bell cow guy. Deshaun Foster was your, kind of the let me clean up some stuff. But it was a Stephen Davis show. You know what I'm saying? So I
Facts.
think we're kind of seeing that same thing take place and take shape in this situation.
Yeah. And like you said, it's a very unique situation to be in. And Panthers fans just need to enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Dunk said something very, very interesting. I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago when the conversation got brought up. And I've said it multiple times on FPFO. When he hits that market, we don't know what's going to happen. Like, yeah, he could give us some juice now.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if you're the Carolina Panthers and you're Dave Canales, hey, bro, we don't know if you coming back. And unfortunately, right now, we don't care. We're going to use you for everything that you got.
Absolutely.
So if that's 20 to 30 damn touches the game, that's just simply what it is, because we trying to win a damn divisional title.
Absolutely.
Very simple, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Very, very simple. And again, that's coming from somebody that has been championing for Chuba to still get his opportunities. But now, like I said, it's just evident. Like, even to start the game, dog, like even to start the game, and I've always looked at, like you guys talk about him being a rhythm back, I've always looked at him like a volume back, right? But even like against Green Bay last week to start the game, 4, 5, 6, 7 yards, like going forward, like already we're 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3. Like that shit means a lot. That means a lot when you're in the rhythm of a football game and when you're going up against juggernauts like the Green Bay Packers, when you see the LA Rams, right? When you see Seattle, we saw what Seattle did on Monday night against Washington. Put on a show. That stuff matters. Being able to slow the game down and control the pace of the game, all of that matters, right? Because even if you look at the first half against Green Bay, for me, I think the Carolina Panthers only had like 2 or 3 minutes, a 2 or 3 minute advantage against Green Bay to close out the half. But it just felt like we had the ball for like 6, 7, 8 more minutes just because of the way we were able to control the pace of the game. Like that is a lot. And like I said, you have a guy now in Rico Dowdle. You don't know what's going to happen after the end of this year. You really don't. And if I'm Rico, like if I'm just keeping it 100, I'm a diehard Panther guy, whatever the case may be. But if I'm Rico, I'm not signing shit. I'm not signing shit. Not with the Panthers. Not right now. Because a lot of people were having a conversation about Chuba and potentially moving them or whatever the case may be. My pushback was always, dog, you can't, because Rico's only on a 1-year deal. And when he goes to that market, there's going to be some teams that have a little more cap room to play with that don't have as many needs as you still do. And they're going to want to pay a little bit more. And even if you pay more, like we saw with the Frankie Louvu situation, that shit still might not work out with you if a Rams come calling, Seattle, Washington, all of these other teams, right? And some of them obviously look at their situation with a Kyron Williams or Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. The situations just may not be suitable for Rico, but somebody's coming. And if I'm Rico Dowdle, I know what I'm doing. Like, it's not lost upon me. I know that I'm on a historic pace. I'm not signing no paperwork, because once February, March, April rolls around, I'm trying to get that cho. And I'm trying to crack somebody. And I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing in Carolina, but that's the way that I'm approaching it. So if you're the Carolina Panthers, all of that being said, you have to use Rico Dowdle for what he has right now and what he's offering your team. So, 20 to 25 to even 30, if it gets to that point, touches the game, let's do it. Control the play, control the pace, control time of possession. Don't put your defense in vulnerable situations. And to me, we can do whatever we want to do. At that Green Bay win got me turned up. I'm not gonna hold you.
Well,
got me turned up.
It's significant, and the reason it's significant is because it's not just that it was the biggest win in your franchise's history. What you were able to do, especially being a team that struggled on the road, to go in that place and do that to what some people consider a dark horse MVP in Jordan Love, what most people consider the best team in the NFC, especially with the Parson edition and everything like that, to be able to go in it, because it wasn't just the kind of win where it's like, a shootout where your defense is giving up this, their defense is giving up this. It was a dogfight. It reminds me very similarly to, and I talked to Captain Munderland about this, and he agreed. Back when they played in 2013, and they played the San Francisco 49ers and went on the road, right? This was after, we had started off 1-3. It looked like the season was going to be over again, right? And people start, talking about Cam, like, man, what are we going to do? How's this going to, go moving forward? And Lord, if we'd have had the same kind of community we have now, it'd have been crazy talk on Cam. But then they start rattling off wins. And the signature win of those wins was when they went into San Fran and won like 10-9. But it was just a defensive dogfight the entire game, right? But you walked away from that realizing like, yo, Carolina literally went in there and imposed their will. Because, I mean, this is a high-flying offense, right? And we seen it. One time, they went down the field, you know what I'm saying, one good time. But then after that, it was just like, hey, we're going to dare you to do it. And then we're going to stop the run. You know what I'm saying? So if you could stop the run and then run the ball, you're going to win a lot of more ball games than you lose.
Agreed. Shout out Ricky in the chat. Ricky, what's happening?
Yeah. What's up, Ricky?
I seen, shout out Ricky, man.
Shout out my man Low, too. I seen you in the chat, too, bro.
Low is in here. Shout out Low.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shout out Low. We got Low. We gonna work out what we need to work out, but Low gonna be on FPFO live as well very soon.
I can't wait. That's my
another
dog. Yeah,
1000%. Another guy that I'm a fan of what he does for sure.
Same. Yeah.
Let's pull up the injury report real quick because you mentioned earlier, and this came as a surprise for Panthers fans. Y'all let me know if y'all can see this because I know sometimes it goes black. Nope, I know y'all can't. It's black right now. 1 second.
Fix it.
Relax, bro. Just cut me some slack, bro. Even when I'm sick, I can't be like, just chill, bro. Like,
hey, Kevin, to answer your question in the chat, yes, I did go to AC Reynolds High School, class of 02, baby.
Shout out AC Reynolds.
Yeah, man. Crazy run. Rico, Luke Combs, like a lot of people came from Reynolds in that little stretch of time that he was there.
Yeah. Are we claiming Luke Combs though? He got to talking a little greasy this all season. We claiming him. Well, you gotta claim him because that, you know what I'm saying? That's your alumni brethren. But I just need to, as Panthers fans, I still feel a little weight.
I'll let him tell you. Well, I got something worked out. I'll let him tell you. So,
okay.
He got to come back and get in our good graces, and no better way to do it than on platform. So we working that out as we speak. So I just
shout out Luke Combs.
That plug was crazy.
Oh God, it was. Next time, let me go full screen, bit bro. I'll go full screen for you.
Shout out my nigga Gucci.
That's exactly what I was referencing. Yes, sir. So the main thing, right? This is, I don't know. I'm not going to necessarily say it's alarming to me because it's really not, because you're playing the Saints. And I think that this is a very similar situation. If you guys watched the pod 2 or 3 weeks ago when Bryce Young had the ankle injury, and at first they said it was a high ankle sprain, but then nobody really wanted to give any real details. He didn't go on IR, right? And I went on the pod and said, I believe that if this was week 16, 17, or 18, the Panthers were playing for a divisional title, or this was a playoff game, there would be no question that Bryce Young would be starting this game against Buffalo.
Yeah.
I think the T-Mac situation is very, very similar. This is a hamstring injury that we've seen pop up sporadically all throughout the offseason, all throughout training camp, all throughout the regular season, right? And so now you see him pop up again today with the hamstring injury yet again. I think it's one of those situations, man. Like, I think that this coaching staff is aware on how to manage these injuries, right? We've seen it start really, in my opinion, with J.C. Horn, even a year or two ago when they updated his training camp regimen and what he was able to do, how active he was, et cetera, because he knows his body and they have whatever they have worked out. Again, I think that this is a very similar situation. If this is a game for the division or a playoff game, I think T-Mac doesn't even pop up on this injury report, but I think that we feel comfortable and confident heading into our game against New Orleans to say, maybe XL does have us this week. Maybe we can rely on JT and Mitch and some of those guys around, and maybe you don't have to go so hard, I guess. So how do y'all feel about that?
Terrence, I don't talk. I don't want to over because I'll go.
Nah. Yeah, I mean, because he just popped up on the injury report like sporadically, like it was kind of just pushed upon us. So I mean, it is. I understand what you're saying. Like it is the Saints, and if it was for a divisional title or playoff run or something like that, he would be good to go. But I mean, it's still a ball game that you need to win, and I think if he gives us the best chance to do that, then you know I would like to see him play. But I mean, if he can't go, then I got my faith in Jalen Coker. If he can't go, and so
You need to have your damn it faith in XL. I'm tired of it, bro.
bro, what?
Actually, you know what? Never mind. Nothing, bro. Don't worry. Don't worry.
So let me ask y'all this, because this is something that has kind of flown under the radar, but and they, of course, they haven't designated this, and I don't know if they will at this point. But is there any chance that y'all think if he doesn't go, that I know Renfro is kind of your next up or whatever like that, but I don't know why they haven't. I mean, especially when you see the chemistry from last year, why haven't they activated Demo? Like, why is David Moore not? Especially
his shit is
Yeah, is he back
he
from his
can't move
injury?
it. Nah.
Oh, is it?
He's
Okay,
done for the year.
okay, I didn't
Oh,
realize.
Yeah,
okay.
Demo is done for
Yeah,
the year. What
All right.
game
I was
was
about
that?
he broke his
Arizona?
shit. Nah, it wasn't the
Nah, that was
Arizona game.
Dallas, I think.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was the
I think it
Dallas
was
yeah.
game.
Dallas.
Ricky said he's on IR. My bad. So
Yeah,
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 he tried to stiff arm somebody. I think it was the Dallas game. He tried to stiff arm somebody, and
they
that
bit this
somebody did
shit
exactly what
sideways.
you're supposed to do when somebody trying to punch you in the mouth. Took it and broke that shit.
I think you see.
Unfortunately,
I think you see
that's
more
exactly what you're supposed to do.
of Jimmy Horn this game.
I would
if
love
if
that.
T Mac
Big
isn't
opportunity.
able to go, then I think that Jimmy Horn gets a lot more opportunities, and
Yeah,
they've been trying to work him in here and there, so that would be exciting. That would be exciting to see what he can do with a little bit more opportunities. He had some big plays earlier in the season. I forgot what game that was where he made the big catch. That Bryce threw him that ball when we needed that. I forgot exactly what game that was.
yeah.
Was it a Miami game? I think it might have been a
Miami.
Miami
Yeah,
game.
Miami,
it was a
third
Yeah.
Miami.
down.
So yeah, I would like to see Jimmy Horn get more opportunities, and I mean, if T Mac can't go, then that'll be perfect for him.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Shout out low in the chat. He said, Canales told us already he wanted to use Coker more. This is the week. Not
All right, here we
100%.
go. Yeah,
Huge opportunity. Yeah,
yeah,
huge opportunity.
yeah.
Because I'll be honest. I think that a lot of Panthers fans will agree with me in this. I've been kind of underwhelmed with what I've seen from Coker. Like, I know he
Mhm.
had the injury where he was on IR for the first 6 or 7 weeks of the season, right? But he's been back, and I will say he made a big play against Green Bay on third down, I believe it was, when Bryce scrambled and made a little jump throw. But outside of that, like, it hasn't been much. Hasn't been much. So I do think that I agree with the fact that this could be a huge opportunity for
Yeah.
Coker, and let's just see him get more involved.
I think that he's trying to find his place in this offense, and I also think
Sure.
that because the lion's share of the targets are going to McMillan, not necessarily to justify the pick, but more because that's where Bryce is most comfortable with. And I don't think it could be understated, man. Like, I really feel like we would have saw an extension of last year, Bryce, if they did run. No disrespect to T-Mac, right? Because I'm glad that we drafted T-Mac. But if they had kept Thielen, which I was on board with getting rid of Thielen because of the youth movement, right? So I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. But I do wonder what happens if you keep Thielen in that rotation and it's those same guys from the end of last year going into this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could look a little different from a passing game perspective. And I think these guys would know their roles a little bit better just because of how much they were able to mesh during that time when they were having that success. So I do still think in a lot of ways that what we're seeing right now, we're not seeing a lot of high flying, offense just because of, for whatever reason. Could it be play calling? Could it be, just opportunities or whatever like that? But I do think at the same time, they are still, even at this point, kind of just getting reacclimated with each other because of his injury and, coming back from that and everything. And then I also wanted to ask you this, JJ and Terrence, like, do y'all make anything of like the whole, deal about him coming into camp or, a little out of shape or whatever like that? You think that maybe he's still kind of working through some of that as well? Like, especially considering coming off of an injury?
Yeah, I think so, because I mean, if you came into camp out of shape, and then you also aren't healthy throughout the start of the season, then you're still trying to you're like working double time at that point, because especially you come in with, like, what do you have, like a hamstring injury or something that was lingering. and then you're already out of shape.
And I
So
had
now
a
you have
quad
to
after that.
work. Yeah, now you have to work to reheal that injury, and then now you have to work to get back in the game shape, which you weren't in to start with. So yeah, I definitely think that plays a part, and I think that even plays a part into the injury per se. I mean,
Yeah.
you're just not doing what you need to do in the off season to take care of your body. Especially when you have access to all of the facilities, the trainers, and things like that. I think it's just something that a young player has to learn, and I think that's something that he didn't take advantage of. So I definitely think it plays a part in him, getting back acclimated with the offense, and it's taking it's a little bit of a slower leap than what we would have thought.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna I'll
Here we
reserve
go.
my comment for the time being.
Nah,
I'll reserve
go
my
off.
comment for the time
Go
being.
off.
Just I'm chilling. I'm not. I promise you today. I'm not gonna go off. Listen, when the Panthers are winning, my fuse is a lot longer. I promise you. So like things that I typically would go off about, I'm gonna just chill. I'm gonna just chill, bro. Like I'm not even gonna go off. I'm gonna just chill. But I want to see him get work back in and to produce.
Yeah,
That's it.
give him the same amount of time you was trying to give Chuba, taking away from Rico touches.
What, 2 weeks? It's been 2 weeks. It's been two
or
weeks. It took me two
or
weeks. It's been two
or do
weeks.
do something that you I've never heard anybody use this word this way until I heard you, and I was like, man, now I do it. On the side, like I'll be like, yo, catch the damn it ball.
Facts. Yeah, fact. Yeah, that's just how I feel sometimes. That's just how I feel. I don't even know why I started saying that, but yeah, it's a bad habit, bro.
It works
It's a
though.
bad-
It works.
yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, but I'm gonna chill on Coker, bro. I'm gonna chill on Coker. Like I've already been vocal about how I feel about these injuries, right? And then when that report comes out that the coaching staff wasn't too happy about how you took care of your body during the off season, it's just like, hey, bro, you're a young guy. Not only that, you are an undrafted free agent, and yes, you had some success last year.
Mhm.
Yes, you look like probably one of the better pieces in that wide receiver room last year. But this shit don't stop just because you had 400 or 500 yards last year. Like,
Yeah.
don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to prepare because now when you look at the Carolina Panthers, we're making decisions like a trading of Adam Thielen
Hmm.
with you in the future, with you in the plans. Now, I don't necessarily equate the coming out of shape during the off season. I don't. Those two things, him being quote unquote out of shape and that injury happened when it did.
Hmm.
I don't necessarily like think those two things are synonymous. I think that it was less than ideal and a coincidence, but hopefully that was a eye opener for him
Yeah.
I
because
think
this
that
is
can
something that
be
I've been vocal about before. Like,
That's fair.
bro, stay healthy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on, but it's
Yeah.
all soft tissue shit, and it keeps reoccurring.
I think that can be synonymous when you've been sitting on your couch all fucking summer, just laying on your ass, eating any and everything, and then you have to ramp up
But
for
Terry,
training
but
camp.
we don't know if
I'm
that's what was going
Yeah, but
on, bro.
I'm saying don't. Even though you say you don't think it's synonymous, I'm telling you that it very much well can be though. Like
I
it
did.
can be.
I wonder where that came from, Terrence. Like, what do you know? Like, why that report came out? Like, why it happened?
It was messy. It was
Yeah,
messy.
it
I know
was. I
that.
don't know. I don't know
Niggas,
why it
I'm gonna
came
tell
out.
you, niggas looking for a damn it story. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm gonna chill. That's why I said I'm gonna chill because niggas just trying to find it up, trying to find a story, bro. That's it. So that's why I said I'm gonna chill. But if it's true, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have been sitting back on the couch chilling. But I
Playing the
know his
game and
pops be in the
shit.
space.
Like
Yeah. On his Kyler Murray shit. And we see where that's about to land his little ass.
Yeah.
Right to the MLB you go, nigga. You're dismissed. Thank you for your
yeah, I
services.
just seen something that linked them to Carolina.
I saw that too.
Oh well.
No. Hell no.
Oh, don't
No.
mind if I do. Don't
No.
mind if I do.
No.
Look at John. No.
We
See?
gonna banish that nigga to the same place Meow Mix at. That's what we put. We put him right there. Right there. I saw it was people in the chat earlier. I saw that. Yeah, put that nigga right there. Stay your ass on that side, bro. No.
Yeah, no, that's probably not it. That probably is not it. I think I agree with what you said earlier. The Carolina Panthers should draft a quarterback, like obviously in the later rounds, maybe middle rounds, later rounds, whatever the case may be. But I think I like that approach a little bit better because Andy is shot. That's damn near I'm not gonna lie to you. That's
He might
damn
be
near
the
the
worst
first
quarterback I've ever seen.
position that I want to see addressed this offseason is backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I was trying to tell people chill, like relax. Andy got it, and boy was I wrong. Oh my God.
Yes,
Woo,
God. You couldn't have been more wrong about anything that you've ever said in your life. That might have been one of the worst quarterback performances that I've ever seen in life.
It
It
still
was
isn't.
god awful.
It still isn't. You keep saying that, and then I have to remind you that week 2, 2024 exists. But I'm gonna chill because listen, I have my Reaper tee on today. Go BY9.
Well, I mean,
Do
it's
your
damn
thing,
near,
everybody.
they damn near neck and neck.
Yeah,
I don't know,
I
Terrence.
understood.
That Charger game was burned.
Those,
Yeah, that was
John,
it.
I told people those are literally in my whole life, my whole existence, since I've been a Panthers fan. So since like age 6, 7, no pun intended on that. But since that age, literally have never in my life left the Carolina Panthers event early. I always literally stay from beginning to end. Any event. The first time I ever left early was 2024 Chargers, and the second time, 2025 Bills. Gotta beat that roll. That shit was terrible. And I'm the type nigga, just in full transparency, that if I got any kind of alcohol in my body, in my system, and there's opposing fans around me and they get to chatting,
somebody getting
it's
slumped.
just punch. But nigga, do you want to do something?
Right.
Just answer me that. Do you want to do something? Or actually, I'm gonna just chill. But I'm working on that. I'm getting too old for that kind of shit. So
let them use you, dog. Let them use
Glad you know.
Yes, I am, bro. I've been doing a lot of prayer. I've been trying to, get in my Bible. I actually just went to the Ty Tribbett concert on Tuesday. So I'm working on it. For sure. Look at Ricky. Look at Ricky, bro. Ricky, chill. Look at Ricky, bro.
Hey, you wasn't alone, man. Nah, I wasn't in that boat. But you wasn't
bro.
alone.
Well, my only thing was, I'm gonna tell you this, and we don't have to have this long discourse because honestly, if we matter of fact, let me not even tell you what I want to happen to Andy. But my whole ideology on it was just very simple, right? Because we had the conversation about Bryce earlier in the show, right? And how he's been a great game manager. We'll say it like that, right? He's made some big throws and big moments.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's been solely on this run game. My thought process is there's no way a 17 or 18-year-old or 17, 18-year-old veteran can't execute the same caliber throws that Bryce Young has been completing throughout this season. So if you stay true to the run and you do what you need to do with Rico Dowdle, we should be able to stay in the game. And the way the defense had been playing up to that point, I personally thought that we still had a shot. Now, do I believe he broke his thumb? I don't know. Has anybody, chat, please let me know. Has anybody seen Andy Dalton in a damn cast? Has anybody seen that nigga with a sling on? Anything that indicates that his thumb is broke? Because I've been using that as an excuse, but damn it, I don't know if I believe it anymore.
What you be saying? Don't fall for the propaganda. They found they goofy. They found they goofy.
Hey, he broke his shit, man. Hey, Panther Nation, just relax. His shit broke, dog.
Okay.
First half, first quarter.
Okay.
Spinal. No cap. Just in the ligament.
That's crazy. I do have a question.
It's nasty.
All right, so I'm a cop a plea for Andy for just a moment, right?
It should be fun.
It is rare to see a quarterback. There was one thing that Andy was doing in particular that I didn't quite understand. And I seen another quarterback doing this exact same thing playing for Carolina, and the ball kept getting batted at the line of scrimmage, pump faking. Baker Mayfield was doing it. Andy Dalton was doing it, right? Yeah.
Hey, don't get Terrence started, bro.
Okay, but hear me out for a second. We see Bryce Young break structure a ton, right? A whole lot. One of Smitty's biggest problems with drafting T-Mac was not that T-Mac, like, look, he said a lot of hater kind of stuff, man. Like it was really some hated in there, right? But some of what he was saying is kind of reality. It's more possession than it is a lot of speed and juice on the offense, right? It's a lot of possession receivers, all around. We see Bryce break containment a lot and make stuff happen out of structure. Could it be because I've seen my man from QB school do tons of videos, even this year, doing a video where he's like, man, right here in this moment, where do you go with the ball? Is it possible that Andy Dalton is pumping because he doesn't have that capability to move around like Bryce does, to wait for something to come open because things aren't necessarily getting open as often as they should down the field?
Yeah, I mean, I believe so.
It's possible. It's possible, but it's also possible Andy Dalton just ain't shit.
Hey, that's that too.
Go ahead, Terrence. My apologies.
That too. I mean, I think two things can be true because I thought that would be the reason that Andy Dalton struggled. When he took over for that game, because he doesn't have the ability to break contain. He doesn't have the ability to expand those plays and extend those plays like Bryce Young. That's why I was trying to tell JJ, this isn't a fucking plug and play situation. Like, these are two totally different quarterbacks. No matter that Andy Dalton has been in the league 17, 18 years, and you would think that he can come in and manage an offense that seems simple from the outside, but Bryce manages this offense very well, something that he's very good at. And a lot of that requires he does a lot of that on the move. Like you said, he does a lot of that outside of the pocket. And, if he's comfortable doing that, if that's the way the offense is designed, then cool, we're winning games that way. But that's not something that you will be able to bring Andy Dalton in to, kind of mimic that. Now, I think if you had somebody like, maybe if you would have brought Hendon Hooker in or something like that, maybe it would have looked a little better under him, because I would assume he's a little more mobile than Andy Dalton, but Andy Dalton just ain't have that ability. But then again, Andy Dalton could have just been shit, which that's what I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're also an Andy Dalton hater, so that tracks.
I do also wonder this, though. Like, when you watch, like, a lot more of the West Coast style teams, like, I just don't, and Ricky kind of spoke to this in the chat a little bit about the timidity and contrast to reading what the defense shows versus having the ability to pivot. But, like, I also wonder, like, it just feels like we don't have guys that you can just kind of dump a slant off to that can take it 10, 15 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, so maybe there's a little bit of going on. Jimmy, yeah, but without opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like, not really getting opportunities. So it'll be interesting to see how that dynamic continues moving forward, because that also could be a thing that can unlock Bryce, is having those guys. Because if you look at what he was doing at Bama, that's what it was. Like, yeah, he would go deep some or whatever like that. And that happened a lot. But a lot of it, too, was kind of those, bubble screens and slants and stuff like that in space where these guys could get a lot of yak. And we still hadn't quite seen that, happening as we would hope.
Agreed. This is the Saints. Injury report. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It don't matter who they roll out.
Yeah, they fooled.
Yeah. Only thing I can say is they better hope that they have AK, and transparently, I don't even know if that's gonna help them. Actually, I know it's not gonna help them. Not with the way our defense been playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be curtains for them. I'm not gonna lie. And then we have to see our best friend Cam Jordan. And let me just go full when I say this. I will be pulling up to the game early so we can have a conversation with Cam. For sure. Didn't like the way that he disrespected our legends. But then again, all I gotta do is repost the video of him running the hoops this off season, and he'll know after this game that it's just time to give it a break and time to give it up. Fuck Cam Jordan, respectfully. And again, like we always say, my opinion is my opinion. It's not conducive with FPFO or One Carolina or anything like that. That's me. I'll stand on that. I don't fuck with bro. Very simple. Not as a person, but as a player.
Yeah, as a player.
I don't know him as a person.
At all. Yeah, no, you ain't alone in that.
Yeah, the long way. He real grimy, he real dirty, and it's just so beautiful to me that year 14, 15 in his career that this is the shit that he has to put up with.
Mhm.
And then they want to have a kumbaya in the fucking locker room. He talking about, oh yeah, the vibes are better this year than they were last year. Well, great, nigga. I'm happy that you're comfortable and happy with losing at your old ass age. But yeah, nigga, we gonna add another loss to that column on Sunday for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Let's go to. Well, I guess we want to. Do you want to do your player today, or you don't have it ready, Terrence?
Yeah, I already have it ready.
Okay. Well, go ahead, John. I'm not sure how deep you usually get into the streams, but this is something new that we started. Our player today. I know I asked you earlier if you bet. You'll be exempt from this one.
All right.
You'll be exempt from this one. We're gonna do our player today, just really quickly, and then we'll bring you back up. But it's a plus 200 odds on the parlay for the Saints and Panthers game or longer. And we don't really keep track of it for real, but this is just what speaks to us. I don't know if anybody has hit one yet. I think I've been the closest, but that just tracks. Like that's that's just how.
I doubt that that's true. I doubt that that's probably the furthest thing from the truth, actually. But
Go ahead with your drink. Go ahead with your drink. I'm gonna maximize it.
Plus 211. I have Rico Dowdle 70 plus rushing yards. I have the Carolina Panthers minus 5.5, and I have Xavier Leggett 20 plus receiving yards.
Who? You say you had who? Say that again.
Xavier Leggett. I had him on the last one. That's why I damn near think it didn't hit. But no, I'm not taking him off. If he can't get fucking 20 yards, then what is he worth?
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
But this is the thing that he's gonna do, John, because I know my brother so well. XL literally can go for XL could damn near go for 200.
Be realistic. Be realistic. All I ask is be realistic. All I ask is be realistic.
And what my co-host is gonna do on Tuesday morning is say, "Oh, it was the Saints. Great fucking job. It was a Saint." That's all he's gonna do. I just know how he is, bro.
If he struggle though, that's what I'm waiting.
Oh shit!
He gonna throw that nigga under the Greyhound, bro.
Oh my god! Hey, oh my god! It'll be unforgivable.
No,
the way he talks about XL.
No, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm almost tired of talking about him because he struggles more so than not. So it wouldn't even be worth my energy anymore.
And that's just how he knew. That shit is nasty. That shit is nasty, bro. I have one play and one play only.
Oh God.
Because this is the energy that I'm on. No, not God, nigga. Just sit back and listen and enjoy the damn show. That's all you need to do. Just sit back and listen.
There you go.
One play. Carolina Panthers minus 10.5. Very simple. Not complicated, not confusing. Not even really a risk of you losing your money. Panthers minus 10.5 in Charlotte. We go to 6-4. And we drive down to Mercedes-Benz. Ski mask will be on too. And oh my God. I can't wait to get to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And yes, as a fan, I'm just going to be honest because I know I was so reserved and conservative heading into the Jets game and saying we can't overlook. I already got this shit marked as a W. Both of them. So to me, the Panthers are already 7-4. But then again, I guess I'll just go slow.
Too much, bro. Too much.
Yeah, because then if we lose on Sunday, oh God. Oh my God. If you have children or parents or anybody that watches the podcast with you, that is not a good episode to tune into. For sure. I'm just warning everybody ahead.
But the Lord has been working on you, though. So you're going to be very calm, cool, and collected. We're going to start the show off with Ty Tribbett.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Actually, you're right. Actually, no, that's a lie. We won't. It'll literally start off by me saying, welcome to 4 Panthers fans only. The Carolina Panthers might be the softest team in the fucking NFL. That's how we probably will start, but I'm going to just relax and chill and just hope that doesn't happen for everybody's sake. and for our future deals that may
Yeah.
or may not come. But oh my God. Hey, listen, Panther Nation, it is in everybody's best interest that we don't lose on Sunday. If we do,
Well, that's gonna be a movie. I ain't gonna lie.
no, it's not. But it's not going to be a good movie. That's the problem. See, John. See, I don't know, bro. I don't know if we can have you around too much, bro. Because I can see you'll really turn me up for real, bro.
Yes,
You'll
I
really
will.
turn me up, and I'm trying to be calm. I told you I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, bro. Then you
All right,
talking about that's going to be a movie?
I'm gonna
No, not a good one.
Jekyll and Carr CD. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll go.
Nah, for real. Score predictions. John, we'll start with you. And why? Give me a score prediction and why.
Score prediction. I'm gonna go 34.
Damn.
34-14. I think Rico Dowdle is gonna have a monster game. I think Bryce Young is gonna probably go for over 200. I think that Bryce Young will probably throw somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 touchdowns, maybe a pick, because I do think that they'll probably try to be a little bit aggressive. And the reason that they'll do that is because this is the game where you can kind of, install a few more things. You got some teams coming down the stretch in LA, high-powered offense. Mac Jones looking like a high-powered offense in San Fran. So you need to get yourself prepared. And even Atlanta, I'm not going to, just because we beat them 30-0, it's still a division rival. You need to get some more juice on your offense. So I think that they open up the playbook a little more. And I think there's some good results that'll come from that, and they'll pour it on. And I hope they do. I hope it's worse. I hope it's far worse, because if it is, I'm going to get on and talk crazy. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of whether we win or I ain't going to say the other thing, but we're going to win. It's going to be. So, yeah. Third, what I say, 34-14? Yeah, that's cool. My prediction.
Bet. Terrence?
I'm going 28-12. I don't really have a reason. I don't really have a reason why. I mean, I don't see how you can't put up 28 points on the Saints. And the way your defense has been playing, you held Green Bay to what? How many points? 13?
13.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit. It shouldn't be hard to hold the Saints to 12.
Yeah.
Rico, 150 on the ground.
I like that. I'm going to say... I'm going to say 40.
Ooh.
40-13.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I say statement, I mean statement. I think this is the game that we see Xavier Legette go for his first 100 ball, and Terrence is going to get the hating. Oh, actually, let me not even add that in my reason. I'm sorry. Xavier Legette will go for his first 100-yard game. Rico Dowdle is going to be Rico Dowdle, 100+ yards on the ground. But I think this is when we see the offense come into full form. I think that, we've talked about it on this podcast, specifically today on this live, just about having the desire to see the offense come full circle and everything click, everything be on the same page in tandem. We haven't seen that yet. I think that this is going to be the first time this season that we see that from Bryce Young, Dave Canales in this offense. And I think the defense will continue to do what they've done over, the course of the last 9 weeks and dominate. Or I won't even say dominate, and be serviceable, be average, because that's really what it's been. And I think that that's what all the Carolina Panthers have needed up to this point. So I'm going to look for them to take that next step as we approach, like you said, the LAs and the Seattles and the San Frans, whatever the case may be. But Sunday, I think that, it gets really wicked. I think it gets really, really wicked for the New Orleans Saints. And I think that this is going to be a huge confidence builder for the Carolina Panthers. And I think everybody that goes to the bank on Sunday will leave home happy. And ultimately, that's the goal. So that's where I'm at with it.
I hope the pain inflicted is so bad that they go back home and just demoralize and don't win another game this season. I hope it's that kind of.
I would love that.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
I can't stand them. Yeah, I can't stand them. I seen the video of, and I honestly had totally forgot about this moment. My disdain for the Saints strictly comes from Cam Jordan. I just can't stand them. I can't stand them. But then I saw the video of, we were in the Superdome, and It was a hard hit. Cam was on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
We were blowing them out. And these niggas was in the building cheering because Cam was on the turf stretched.
Yeah.
And then instantly got quiet when he stood up. And that to me just told me that any Saints fan that is around me on Sunday, I will be chatting to them. And I was going to relax and chill because, like I said, I went and saw Ty on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to my pastor on Sunday, right? I'm probably going to listen to him on the way up this Sunday. But unfortunately, like Lo said, God is still working on me. He's not finished. And unfortunately, I still got some of that shit in me. So, yeah, unfortunately, fuck the Saints. And we going to drop a 40 ball on their ass. Very simple. Very simple. John, thank you so much for joining us tonight, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm honored to have been here, man. I appreciate you guys for real.
Absolutely. Go ahead and let the people know one more time where they can find you at.
Absolutely. Every DSP, the One Carolina podcast. That's Apple, Spotify, iTunes, whatever, they do the podcast on. And then YouTube, One Carolina, X, the One Carolina, Instagram, One Carolina, anywhere you can, chat on social or anything like that. I am there.
1000%. Again, thank you so much for joining us, man. Shout out to the chat. I know we didn't get to a lot of the comments like we typically do, but forgive us. I mean, we had a guest today, so we wanted to give him the platform because that's why we had him on. Like I said, a huge fan of your work, man. Thank you so much for the support. I need to get your shirt size because I think that I may have a Reaper tee for you. Have you had an opportunity to get a Reaper tee?
Man, I went to order one, and the biggest one y'all had is 3X, and I'm not a 3X. So
what are you? Are you a 4X?
Like a 4 or 5, yeah.
4 or 5? Yeah. I have a 4
shirt.
for you, and I can send it out on Monday.
Man, I'll send you my address. I'll pay for it. Like I don't.
You don't even have to. You don't even listen. You don't even have to. We got you.
That's love.
Yes, we got you.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm rocking that for sure.
While we're on the topic of merch, as we wrap up right now, since we're wrapping up, listen, this has been one of the I was going to say one of the shortest ones. No, that's not true. I was going to lie, but I don't think that we should close with a lie. I've been very honest this whole day. So this has been a great pod. That's what I'll say. That's number one. Number two, you guys have plenty of time from now until Saturday evening. Go to 4PanthersFansOnly.com right now and subscribe to our email list, because what's going to happen is when we win against the New Orleans Saints, we're dropping 5 brand new pieces. People have only seen one. Literally, people have only seen one. We've only leaked one, and that was on the Instagram and the close friends. And then I think y'all saw the Protect the Bank joint for maybe 5 or 10 minutes on X. But you're not going to want to miss out on this drop. Go over to 4PanthersFansOnly.com right now. Subscribe to our email list. When the Carolina Panthers win, if you're subscribed, then you're going to get early access to our fall capsule that we're releasing on Monday evening or Tuesday. So you'll have 24 to 48 hours early access. It is all going to be pre-order based, so just give us time. Let's just say you'll get it before Christmas, because I know how y'all get to tweaking. Y'all get to tweaking about timelines and all of that shit. I promise you, you have my word that you're going to get your item. So pre-order. But again, if you want early access, go over to 4PanthersFansOnly.com, subscribe to the email list, and let's run it up. Let's run it up, because I feel like momentum will be at an all-time high after Sunday. Yeah. And when we roll into Atlanta, straight belt. I got my belt on hand. I got my ski mask on hand. Let me just stop. Let me just stop right there. I got everything I need. Let me just say that. I got everything I need, for sure. For sure. But yeah, it's all right, man. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on X, make sure to follow us. We will be back Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Me, Terrence, Haley, all 3 of us will be in the building on Sunday for the New Orleans Saints game. Week 10, Bank of America Stadium, 1 p.m. Eastern time in Charlotte, North Carolina. We will be in the building. If you see us, say what's up. If you're not going to be able to make it, tune into our Instagram because we will be dropping videos of just kind of how our day goes, everything like that. So you're not going to want to miss it. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, shout out to you, John. Thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate y'all,
Terrence,
man. Sure.
make sure you're ready Sunday morning. I don't want to wait. I need to be 5 or 6 drinks in by 11:15 a.m. Eastern time.
You need to seek help, bro. Don't project that shit on me. You need to get help.
Well, we've
got
already
nothing to
discussed
do with me.
therapy, so I think that I should make that step. But
I've been trying to tell you that your maturity level isn't high enough right now to understand that therapy is very, very important.
No, you're right. No, it's not that. It's not. See, don't project that. It's not the fact that I don't acknowledge it. So, from a maturation standpoint, I think I am there. I just haven't made the mature decision to go find a therapist and partake.
So it is a maturation thing, like you just tried to deny.
Either that, or it's just I'm fucking busy.
Yeah,
and I don't really have time to go talk. I don't. I talk here. This is my therapy. So shout out to y'all for being my therapist this week.
It works.
And also, what's my man's name in Dallas, bro? On a serious note, rest in peace to bro. What is it?
Nealon.
Nealon.
Rest in peace to him, bro. Super sad situation. That's how we should have started the show off, honestly. Super sad situation, bro. Like on a dead serious note, that shit is crazy, bro. Crazy. And since we're here, if you're dealing with anything, talk to somebody. And I'm not the guy to talk to because I'm not a professional and I'm not y'all's family members or whatever the case may be. But shit, if y'all need somebody to talk to, I'm available and I'm open. So hit us on the DMs, like on a serious note. Like all the conversations that I have, 95% of them are confidential, especially when it comes to shit like that. It's 100%. So if y'all need somebody to talk to somebody. No cap. That shit is sad situation. Rest in peace to him. For sure.
Yeah.
But not to damper the mood. My apologies. I felt like that had to be said. But again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll be back 9 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. We'll talk soon. Keep pounding. Peace.
See you guys.